Guys, welcome back to Super Surge's classroom, and today we're going to talk about measuring angles in degrees to the nearest whole number using a protractor. So the SC for today is 4.7C, and that's determine the approximate measure of angles in degrees to the nearest whole number using a protractor. This is a fourth grade math skill, so let's get to it, guys. So here we have an angle QVC. Now, those who remember the lesson from last week, we know that when an angle is more than 90, it's an acute, right? An acute angle. So here we're gonna have to measure. We want to know the distance, right? And let's annotate a little bit. So when we measure from the right, we count from the bottom number. I'll put the number symbol, right? Right. And when we count from the left, when we start from the left, when the angle is measuring from the left-hand side, we start from the top number, right? Top number. Let me just go ahead and write it out over here. Stop being lazy. So the top number. So if we're starting on the right, we measure from the bottom number. This is what I mean by the bottom number. The bottom sets of number that the protractor. This is a protractor, guys, right? So we're gonna measure from there. And if it starts from over here, we measure from the top number. So we start right here. So as you can see, this measured from the bottom. I mean, it's on the right side, so it's measuring from the bottom. So you would go from 0 all the way. Let's go 0 all the way here. Now I see that the arrow is between 110 and 120, but they're not halfway because this would be half. This would be 115. So I count one over, right? And it measures 116, right? So the measurement of QVC is 116 degrees, and of course that little zero or a little O looking, that's a degree. And that's how we would measure angle. Now this angle doesn't start at the bottom. This angle is already it's looking up, right? Like looking at the sun, just chilling. So what do we do now? So whenever I see this type of angle, it's only two ways that it's two ways that I use it. If it's on a segment, right? Let's say right here or right here, I skip count, right? So this is what I mean. Look at the bottom, right? So if I'm right here, I can always skip count, right? 5, 10, or I go 10, 20. But it's not exactly on the segment, right? So what I do is I see, like I said before on the previous one, if we're measuring from the left, we started at the top number. And if we're measuring from the right, we're starting at the bottom number. So this one is facing left. So I'm gonna start from the top over here. So I see that 20 is here. This middle between 20 and 25 is, I mean 30 is 25. This one, right? So this 25, 26, 27, 28. So this to me is 28 because it's between the 1, 2, that's 27, and then 28, 29, and this would be 30. So it's between the 27 and 29. So this is 28 degrees. And then I go, oh, because it's kind of challenging to skip count. I don't want to make an error, but if it was on the 0 or the 5, it would be easy. I could skip count by tens or by fives. But so I have to go all the way and make sure. I'm sure I'm using the bottom number because I don't want to use the bottom. I'm using the top number because if I use the bottom number, I'm gonna get something totally different. So I see that there's 100. There's a whole number that's given, and then I know this is 105 because it's between 100 and 110. But this is not exactly on the 5. It's one over, one less, I mean. So this would be 104 degrees. Now, I have two different numbers. So what do I do now to get the measurement of this angle to the nearest whole number? What do you think, guys? What operation am I going to use? All right. I'm going to use addition. No. Multiplication. No. Division. No. Subtraction. Yep, subtraction. So I have to subtract 104 minus 28. So I do my little housing. 4 minus 8. I can't do that. I have to borrow from my neighbor. Nope, not the 0, but the 1. The 1 becomes a 0. The 0 becomes a 10, but then that lets it borrow another one. So the 10 becomes a 9. 14 minus 8 is what? 6. And 9 minus 2 is 7. So the measurement of this angle is 76 degrees. And that's how you do it. It's that easy. So go ahead and rewatch it if you have any questions, and go step by step. And remember, if the angle is on the right side, we use the bottom number. If the angle is on the left side, we use the top number. Make it that easy. And if it's on a segment, you just skip count by 5s or by 10s, whichever is easier for you. And if not, make sure that you are counting from the correct side, exactly top or bottom, right? So thank you for watching, guys, and I see you again. Again, thank you for watching Super Surge's Classroom. Hit the like and subscribe, and until next time, you have a great day.